All right, what is good, everybody? We're going to trade the New York session live this morning. If you guys have a pen and paper, I would highly suggest to get that ready and maybe grab a glass of water. We're going to get this thing started, though. We're going to spend the next about maybe 30 minutes to an hour. Excuse me. We're going to spend the next 30 minutes to an hour going over the charts, marking up the charts, and just getting in what we think as trading ideas. This is my hour that I trade. I trade for 1 hour every day, Monday through Thursday, and then I mark up the charts Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for the next day. And those markups is pretty much what I'm using for this trading session. Today, unfortunately, last night I was up through the night making flyers and doing all that good stuff for these events that we're going to be throwing in Vermont. If you guys are out in the Vermont or New Hampshire, more like the western side of New Hampshire, we're going to be in Brattleboro. If you guys are out there, definitely come and join us for some drinks, some snacks, some food. We're going to definitely have a good time. We have a room for about 50 people. We have about 500 invites, so there's probably going to be anywhere from like 50 to 100 people there. So it's going to be a good time. And then we're going to actually open up the last hour for networking and just have like a good, fun social hour. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to go to Forex Factory. The calendar, if you guys don't know where this is, forexfactory.com/calendar. And it's going to bring you right up to the calendar. Make sure your time frame is right, and make sure that you only have red folders and gray folders. Gray folders, bank holidays. Red folders is major news and what we're watching for, right? So then you can apply the filter, and then it'll just filter out everything that you need instead of just having like these, pointless. I mean, I guess they're not pointless if you guys are really, really, really into fundamentals, but we're not. We're more technical traders. The only thing that we're doing is just making sure that there is no news, and if there is, there's a different strategy to trade that. So that's what I'm looking for here. Let's see, Tuesday. What is today? Tuesday. Some days I don't even know what it is. Tuesday, March 12th. So it's the 12th today, March 12th. Always make sure this is right. And again, make sure your time is right on here, like Eastern Standard Time is what I'm on, or whatever time you guys are on. Is extremely, extremely important because these times will be on your time frame. All right, so Tuesday, March 12th, tentative. So Brexit, I would stay away from GBP. Brexit vote, tentative. This is going to be like all day type deal. And that's like that's sketchy. Brexit is sketchy. That's actually, if you guys know me and you guys hear me talk all the time in these past sessions, I actually don't trade GBP too much. I traded GBP actually yesterday, ended up breaking even, and it's just that pair that I've never really had good luck. And maybe it's because I've put it out into the universe like that. But really, my thought behind it is, Brexit is just crazy. So I just try to like stay away from the GBP pairs as much as possible. Yesterday was the only thing that I saw kind of going on, other than like a NZD pair, but it was actually GBP NZD that we ended up trading. So I also don't trade correlating pairs, so you won't see me trading like GBP pairs or two NZD pairs as well. So that's just something that I do. And that just has to do with my risk management. But guys, I'm going to go into the harmonic scanner. Pulls out different algorithms and Fibonacci ratios to be more specific. An extension of another. Let me just log in here. And it finds the perfect ratio within the charts for a reversal. I'm going to go over to JFX. JFX, by the way, is not the brokerage that I use. We used to use them, and I believe they've been sanctioned by the U.S., so I stay away from JFX, but it is closest to the brokerage that I use. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to go through these scans. Now, this is very simple, guys. You guys can copy and paste, and you guys can put from one, like connect the dots from X to C to D, then you guys can do this. And I'm just going to start to go through the pairs. NZD CAD, I do like this, and I actually want to just see. Okay, cool. New people to the team, I will welcome them at the end of this. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to pull up TradingView. And what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm just going to put do not disturb so we don't get all these crazy notifications. Except for TradingView notifications, of course. You guys can see these are all the alerts that have hit. I have a bunch of different pairs over here on the side as my list that I trade. And we're going to go over to the charts. Let's get rid of all this crazy good stuff. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to pull up this screen in full. Make it one screen. And, oop, I actually grabbed the indicator. That was my bad. That's what I meant to do. Grab the chart. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and find this scan. And this is NZD CAD hour 1, and we're looking at a deep crab pattern. All right, so let's go over to here. And all we're going to be doing, guys, is copying and pasting. Let's see here. So we're going to go over to, actually, let me find it over here on my list. NZD CAD. See if I have it on my list. I should. There we go. So I like to see if I have stuff marked up. We don't need the bands on right now. Oops, wrong one. Here we go. Cool. Just clean that up a little bit. And we're going to go over to the 1 hour. And it looks like I have a harmonic drawn up from over here. And I like how this is coming to that wedge a lot. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to go back. We're just going to take this X to A to B to C. A, B, C is a correction pattern. And then you get D, which is the overextension. And then these are the take profits that we would be looking for. You guys could copy these right in. But what I want to do first is I actually want to go look over here, because when we copy this over, the main point of doing this is to not use, and let me see if I can, yeah, see this stop loss is insanely large. So what we're trying to do is diminish this stop loss down as much as we possibly humanly can, right? Bring this down and, you know, wait for the market to come up to a point using our indicators and stuff like that to find the point in the market where that actually is going to meet up. Let me just try to mute this phone next to me. Give me 1 second, guys. There we go. All right. Sorry. I'm in my office, and my office phone starts to go crazy once it hits 9 o'clock. All right, so what we're going to do basically, guys, is copy this over. We're going to try to diminish the stop loss down as much as we can. The stop loss is what our mentor always talks about as an actual profit regulator. Most traders think of your stop loss as the loss, but what we're thinking of it as is the more that we can get that stop loss down, right? So say back here, from here to here, if your max risk is 2%, we want to get this down because that same 2% here is the same 2% when we go into profit, right? So it's a lot easier to run a short distance than it is a long distance. So with that being said, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this over like I've been talking about. And we are going to use this to our advantage. So just looking at this. Okay, so this is further up than I was thinking. This is right here, I do believe. Let's try it, and then we'll go back and forth. Actually, first off, use the magnet. Zoom in just a little bit more. And then use this. This will actually save us a little bit of time here. And I do believe that looks pretty right. It's right at that quarter theory level as well. And we actually have a harmonic from back here. That it seems to be hitting off of the middle line. So let's break this down to, wait a minute. First of all, that looks really funky to me. And I think it's more, let me go back to here. Like, let's look at the actual, let me just look at the ratio real quick. I think that's, this is actually here. So this is actually further up than I thought. Boom. All right. So that's really all it takes. We just got to flip back a few times, make sure they're on the right candlesticks, because that's pretty important. If you mess this up, when you draw the fork will be wrong. So this is pretty important. All right. Yep. So that looks good. All right. So that's the copy and paste portion. The second portion of this is the connect the dot portion. And it's so simple. Literally, pretty much anybody can do this. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make this brighter so I can see this here. Hmm. X, C, D. I do like this fork from back here. Let me actually do a few things here so we can focus. All right, focus is key. Boom. It's got this perfect touch out here. not quite to the middle line that I thought it was, but that's why you want to kind of like diminish some and make some brighter, because soon you'll have so many lines you won't know what you're looking at, and that is pretty hard. I can see, like, obviously it's color coded, so I know what I'm looking at, but hard for the user on the other side to figure out what's going on. And I like this. I like how it's at this quarter level. I'm actually going to go and check out the 15-minute, which is the next portion in this process, and just see where we're at on this indicator. I'd like it to push up and hit the quarter theory level. So it hasn't quite actually touched that. And I see like a descending wedge here where you might get that next push up, especially where like on the 15-minute, it hasn't quite reached, right? We're just starting to get it to come into the extreme and get that hook back. So what I'm going to do here, hopefully we don't miss it, but if we do, it's all good. Let me just move these down too. So let me just put this, add an alert. And this alert, by the way, guys, is going to be at 2000, right at that nice hole level there. All right, so that works for me. What I'm going to do is keep an eye on this. Actually, it's definitely a good idea to keep an eye on this. Maybe write this pair down just so you guys, remember. And this is looking like a nice short position, but I think the 1 minute and the 5 minute have some time, because like this orange line that you can see here is just starting to like snake and just starting to bend back. And let me put I'm going to be on the road soon, heading out to Vermont today to go give invites out to people for our event. But what I'm going to do here is put a short position, and I'm just going to do like maybe seven pip stop, and then put this down here. I'm also going to take this trend line, and I'm going to move this down here. Let me like zoom out just a little bit so I can catch the end of this trend line here. And what I want to do, we'll go back into the 5 minutes so you guys can see exactly what I just did. We'll zoom back in. All right, so now we have an alert from this fork at this level. This might be hard for you guys to draw up on the other side. So you guys could probably put the alert right around the 91748 level for the buy. And then it'll just be in this area that I'll be looking for if price drops all the way down. I doubt it. I'd like to see it come up and hit this quarter level. That would be ideal. So that's it for this pair. I'm actually going to go back over to the scanner and I'm just going to see what else is kind of going on. AUD CAD for the short. Let's see again, because if these are under like 50 pips, it's about 70 pips. That's not bad. If these are under 50 pips within height, I typically don't take them just because they're just such a small section of the market. Because while most of you guys see us on the 1, the 5, and the 15 minute, the thing is that we're taking 1 and 4 hour scans. So we're actually using longer term scans, and then we're just trying to get a scalp like entry because of what I was telling you. If the stop loss is short, say 2% is like every 7 pips, that means that every 7 pips you go into profit is 2%. So that is the glory of doing it this way. Not really sure I like this scan, to be quite honest, but we can go pull it up. Why not? Let's go check it out. 80 CAD. We're on the 1 hour. And I do believe, let's just zoom in a little bit more. Do you believe it's this here? Oop. And that doesn't really look right either. I might have to go back. Hmm. Okay, so it's actually over here. Wait a minute. This is going to take me a second. Try to make this as accurate as possible. It's off that candlestick does. 6, 4, 7, 8. Okay, this says 7, 8. I'm missing something here. 7, 3. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yeah, that looks good. It is coming up to this quarter level too. I'd like to see that happen. Ooh, that's steep. Very steep. I actually don't mind this as more of like a best fit because if you guys see, I like, hmm, interesting. Not sure if I actually like that. I do like this point right here, touching off this point here, almost here. And then we have this to the wick here. I'm actually going to go down to the 15-minute and just check this out. See what we got going on. Not quite the red flip yet. And I see this hull, if you will, flipping into green, which it might turn up into here. So what I'm going to do actually, I'm going to set 2 alerts. Right in between these 2 quarter theory levels. So I'd like to see what it does right around these levels here. This could be a decent opportunity for the short position too, but oh, I think it's probably pushed too far. That's not a actually maybe it's 6 pips. 5 pips is really like the max. After that, you've pretty much missed the move. Didn't meet all the confirmations though. I would still like to see what happens right around this level. All right, so I'm going to go back over to the scans and see what else we have. USD JPY, huh? Okay, let's go check this out. USD JPY. I'm not sure if this scan is quite big enough, but I'm kind of looking at something else here too. Let me just turn this to green so it's on the hour chart. I'd like to see it come down to this level. And we do have a harmonic actually pulling up. If you guys are doing this too and marking this up on your charts, TradingView actually has an app that you guys can just pull this up on your phone, because like today I'll be driving and out and about, but I'll be pulling this up on my phone for sure. Especially if you get the when you're setting the alerts, you'll get an email, and if you have your email connected to your phone and the notifications on for that email, even if you make an email just for this, it's definitely worth it. It's nice to know that we have a harmonic working in our favor as well if this comes down to this level. Or if it breaks and retests, that would be pretty fire as well, because we've been on this trend for quite some time now. One, and this could be the ABC correction um, as well, vice versa on a longer time frame. So, and that's kind of happening now as we speak. But that would be nice to get break a retest for the sell, or possible just hit that level right there. This comes down, breaks, retest, boom for that sell. But we do have an alert on this trend line now, so that is good. All right, let's see what else we got going on. CD CAD. The 4 hour. I believe we have this actually. Let me go back to that and see how that's looking. I think that's the first pair that we marked up. Still no red bar flip. But we very well could get this 1 minute to push up and smash that. So that's looking pretty decent. Let's just go back to here, see if there's anything else that I see on here that I want to look at. GBNZD. I think this is actually the pair that I got stopped out on yesterday. I do believe it was NZD CAD. Or no. GBP NZD, yeah. GBP NZD. GBP NZD. That is not looking good for the buy. I would stay out of that. When you have everything converging at the top, red bar flip at this quarter theory level, it's looking more like a sell to me. But I don't see anything that I'm going to get into from that. From the scanner, I do have some good traps set out for the morning, just in case. If I do get a signal, I'll probably even pull over my car because it is worth it. And get into those pairs. If I do see any setups coming through the morning, or if I do get any alerts, I'll definitely send them out to the groups to you guys. But the first thing before I get off is I just quickly want to scan through everything that I have marked up, because it's definitely worth taking a peek at. And we're going to zoom out to the hour chart and just scan through just to see if anything is hitting our fork levels, and then we can zoom in on like the 15, the 5, and the 1, and see if we can get an entry off of that as well. But I'm just going to scan through real quick. I do appreciate you guys for hopping on as always, because without you guys, there would be no channel. So I do appreciate that. That we're looking at. We have an alert on this trend line. That trend's been going for probably weeks now, I would imagine. CAD JPY. Ooh, it came into this level. Hanging tight on that quarter level though. I'll move this up right around the 83.23.7 level on CAD JPY or CJ. All right, we're just gonna add alert, save. All right, perfect. Just gonna keep going through the markets. This is something we already have marked up. This we're waiting for as well. Let's check this one more time. About 27 pips. I'd like it to push up just a little bit. I'm not sure if we're gonna get that push up. We'll see though. We'll let it play out because, guys, money in Forex is a direct transfer from the patient or from the impatient people's accounts into the patient people's accounts. So that's one of those things that has really stuck home with me over the years. Ooh, this is a 4-hour scan from forever ago. It's coming back into it. Retest that. Well, let's see. Let's go look at that. Check out the 15. Ooh. Yeah, that's not looking so good. Not as good as I thought. All right, back to the hour. I am actually going to set an alert though, real quick while I'm here, and we're gonna make this one purple because it's an alert. All right, boom. So let's just zoom out a little bit and keep going through these pairs. Ooh. All right. Euro GBP. Oh, we have Brexit Parliament all day. Like, I would probably stay away from that. Yep. Yep. Guys, look at how long these forks stay in line. It's crazy how these markets move, especially in conjunction with um, these quarter levels. I'm actually going to set an alert at this quarter level. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I like how it's come back into these forks. And if it breaks a retest and then comes up for that final retest right here, probably be getting in for the sell. So I like that. That's Euro NZD. This is all it's about, just setting traps. Sometimes the percents don't come in the morning, but they come throughout the day. Do watch out for like the 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time swap. That'll crush you if you're going for like these scalp entries and the high spreads too. These are all the GBP pairs. I'd stay far away from those today, especially today. If you guys like GBP, definitely like that's your thing. Like I ain't gonna shun away from that. Like everybody has their pair. Like me personally, I love Euro USD. I just like the way it moves. Very, very steady. The pullbacks are very like noticeable, I guess, if you will. Like you can see like these long wicks. Those are the pullbacks you get, and they're just to me they like stick out in my mind. And maybe it's just because like I've been trading them for so long. But anyways, guys, that does conclude this session. I've gone through all the pairs that I have, and I hope to see you all in the next session. Hope to see you guys all at the top because the bottom is way too crowded.